TWU GCS workers. My name is Robert Brown. I am a spokesperson and a union shop representative for GCS. And I just want to talk to you about injustice, not just in the workplace, but all across America and even in the world. And my question to you is, why are there so many injustices in America? The answer is simple. There are so many injustices in the world because of the fear of confronting it. Confronting injustice one-on-one is a hard mountain to climb. In most cases, it seems to be insane. Yet collectively, we can conquer injustice, and too many of us are afraid to deal with injustice because of fear, which actually means false evidence appearing real. We sometimes let fear paralyze us from moving in any direction of injustice. Fear of torture, fear of being casted out, and the biggest fear of all is the fear of loss of life. In our case, majority of us fear the loss of a job. And even though it's against the law to fire people on the job for being part of a union, people are not resting in the knowledge of the law to bring them security. Yet it should. The purpose of the law is to provide security. Now, do companies break the law? That's like saying, do guns shoot people? No. No, companies don't break the laws no more than guns break the law. But I can tell you, people do break the laws. And people who run companies break the laws every day. For an example, denying you your wine garden rights is against the law. Yet some leaders on purpose violate that law, believing you're too afraid to call them out on it. And yes, you can call them out. Know your rights and exercise them without fear. One of the major ways to weaken fear, or even eradicate fear, is harnessing the power of unity. That's right. The scripture says one person can put 1,000 to flight, two can put 10,000 to flight. Imagine what 600 plus can do at GCS. Now imagine what 40,000 plus can do. Now I'd rather you have an army than one Rambo. I'd rather have an army than one Rambo. One bullet will take Rambo out forever. You need a huge army with a huge arsenal to win a battle or a war. TW is a huge army that wins battles, big and small, and you are a part of that army, active or not. But in order to defeat injustice, you have to play a part in that army. You must find your mode of operation and take your rightful place. Now, we can never expect justice to prevail over injustice with a few fighting and far too many spectating. Standing on the sidelines cheering may inspire people to win, but it's how you play on the field as a team that brings in the pennant, the Vince Lombardi Trophy, the Stanley Cup, the Commissioner's Trophy, the FIFA Cup. But let me say this with every fiber of my being and with every vein popping out of me. Winning against injustice is not a game. Injustice, is a serious threat to all freedoms that justice fought, bled, and died for. See, Dr. King was a passionate hater of injustice, and he also was a strong supporter of TWU. Dr. King said in his speech, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Now, how long will you, and oh yes, I am talking to you, listen to this, as well as myself, how long will we allow injustice to go on in our country, in our neighborhood, in our workplace? How long will we let the fear of confronting injustice paralyze us? Understand this. You are not being tarred and feathered. You're not being hung. You're not being burned. You're not being skinned alive or even shot. Our struggle for injustice is much easier. Nevertheless, do not let anything paralyze you from standing up for justice. And lastly, it is all our responsibility to never cower and fight against injustice anywhere. In order to keep your freedoms, you must fearlessly fight for it. And lastly, in order to build an army of freedom fighters, in order to spark a crusade, or in order to enlist crusaders for justice, one must say, count me in. That's right. Count me in. There can never be a mini, or there can never be a remnant, or there can never be an army unless one person decides to join. And in this TW Army, we need you to join this army. And that one person got to be you. So we're asking you today, now that we achieved a milestone victory, we want you to take your place in the workplace as a TW representative. Find out how you can help this army grow in the workplace so we can have more strength, more power, more unity in the workplace, in our neighborhoods, in our state, in our country, and in the world. It takes you. I'm Robert Brown, TW Local 100, and proud GCS worker and proud American. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.